Today, I'm rebuilding the Angels in MLB The Show 25. I'm an Angels fan, and I am tired of seeing my team be the laughingstock of the league. Signing players to these major contracts that just don't work out. Having the best player in baseball for 6 years and not even sniffing the playoffs. And of course, wasting the career of one of the all-time greats, Mike Trout. All of that has led to the Angels not seeing the playoffs since 2014, which is the longest drought in baseball. I'm tired of it, man. It's time for some change. Now, before I start going over the entire roster and all the budgets and all of that stuff, there's one thing we have to do first. We need an identity change. If you look, literally nothing good has come from this franchise since they took Anaheim out of their name completely. So I'm saying goodbye to the Los Angeles Angels, and we're going back to the Anaheim Angels. We're going back to when this team was proud to be in the city they play in. I did what I could with the jerseys. I don't think they're perfect, but you know, I did what I could with the jersey creator. These are the road ones. I wish I had a blue border around the Anaheim part of it, but I mean, it's whatever. You guys get the idea. So now that we have Anaheim back in the name, let's take a look at this roster. Of course, this team is going to start and end with Mike Trout. He has spent his entire career with the Angels, 13 seasons. Crazy to think that it's already been 13 years. But obviously with Mike Trout, the issue lately has been his health. He has not been able to stay on the field for a full season since like 2018, 2019. He played 134 games. You go back to the mid 2010s, he was playing basically a full 162 in all of these seasons. But his health has been an issue. He has not been able to stay on the field. And even when he was on the field in 2024 and 2023, the OPS numbers were a little bit down, 866 and 857. Still very good, but it's not quite the Mike Trout numbers that we were used to when he was fully healthy. Now, he's still owed $35.5 million in each of the next 6 seasons, and I will not be getting rid of him. Mike Trout will stay on this Angels team for this entire rebuild. If I'm going to bring a championship to the Angels, Mike Trout is going to be a part of it. Now, there's also some young guys on this team to keep in mind. We've got Zach Neto, the first-round pick back in 2022, our shortstop, 24 years old. He's got B potential. He should be a very nice piece for this team. He should develop pretty well. I'm a big fan of Logan O'Hoppe. I think he has potential to be the best hitting catcher in baseball. He's got great power in that bat. He's 25 years old, also with B potential. I have a lot of high hopes for him. And as far as some other young talent on the Major League roster, of course, we've got Ben Joyce. He should be our best reliever right now, honestly. And then, of course, we also have Joe Adell. Joe Adell's a tough one because it feels like we've been waiting for that breakout for so long, and he's still only 25 years old. That big breakout season could come at any point, but it's hard to think that, like, Joe Adell is going to show us something that we haven't really seen. He's got great potential, but it just kind of seems like we know the player Joe Adell is going to be. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not writing him off, but I'm not expecting him to be like, you know, the next big thing for this team. And then we also have Reed Detmers, and this is another guy where I just don't really know what to think at this point. Like, he's got good stuff when he's pitching well. I know that's kind of obvious to say, oh, the stuff looks good when he's pitching well, but like, he has had stretches where he's looked like one of the best pitchers in the American League, and then he's had stretches where he's looked like one of the worst. I mean, dude, he's got a no-hitter to his name. But he also finished 2024 with an ERA almost at 7 with a whip at 1.5. But I mean, he is still young. He's 25 years old. He's got C potential. Who knows? And then, of course, we have the future of this team. The 3 top prospects. We have Caden Dana, the #1 prospect in the organization right now, 21-year-old starting pitcher, drafted in 2022. Big right-handed arm at 6'4" on the mound. I have a lot of hopes for this guy. Christian Moore is easily my favorite prospect in this organization. I think his bat is the real deal. He flat out rakes. And our #3 prospect is George Clausen, 23-year-old starting pitcher. Should have some good stuff. And all 3 of those guys do have an ETA of 2026. But I'm not going to be too worried about rushing those guys because I'm not really looking to compete with this team in the first year or maybe even the second year. I really want the first 2 years to be all about scouting and drafting well and making smart moves at the deadline and in the offseason. But now we have to look at the budget and we have to address the elephant in the room, and that is Anthony Rendon. I don't really know what to say about this guy that hasn't already been said. He has one of the worst contracts in baseball history. He's getting paid a crazy amount of money. He's never on the field, and even when he is on the field, he's not really very good. Now, I would love to just go to the trade screen right now, have the CPU suggest some trades for Anthony Rendon, just so I can get him out of here. But let's be honest, that's not happening in real life. No team is picking up his contract. No team wants him. So it would be really unrealistic for me to just go get like a prospect for him, even if it was like deep potential. But yeah, as far as the rest of the budget, Kikuchi has a lot of money owed to him. Jorge Soler has $28 million owed to him over the next 2 years. Robert Stevenson, this is a weird one. This guy, I don't even know if he's pitched for the Angels yet. Yeah, he has not pitched, and I don't actually know his health going into 2025. That's a lot of money for a reliever that I don't really need. Travis d'Arnaud, $12 million over the next 2 years. I do have a lot of guys that are going to be, you know, free agents, and I have a lot of guys that are going to be arbitration eligible. I will probably try to shed some salary at the deadline, but we'll get there when we get there. But for now, I'm going to go ahead and get my scouting started. So I'll see you guys at the draft. I'm currently getting my scouting all set up, but I just wanted to give you guys a heads up that if you're going to any baseball games this year, use code Cougs on SeatGeek for $20 off your tickets. And also be sure to check out Underdog. You still have time to enter their season-long tournament called the Dinger. And if you get on before opening day, you can take advantage of the Split the Pot promo, where if you guess right on who hits the furthest home run on opening day, you will win a portion of a $500,000 pot. So make sure to jump on Underdog for the MLB season, sign up with code Cougs. You'll get some promo cash and a free pick for your first entry. All right, so we're at the draft. Let me show you guys a few of the players that I am kind of excited about. I feel like this guy, Freddie Marcus, could be a really good pitcher. His numbers already look good right now, but if you take a look at the future, he's projected to be well above average in a few categories. Similar story with Danny Bravo. This is another guy I think could be pretty good. I wish he did have a little bit better strikeout stuff, but with what he has, he looks pretty good. Robert Fuller also looks pretty good. 19 years old in the draft, above average or well above average in basically every category for the future. And as far as position players, there's this guy, Bernie Quinones. He is a 21-year-old first baseman. Looks pretty good. I'm not over the moon about him, though. And we have Greg Hayward, 22 years old. Looks to be more of a fielding first type of guy. So yeah, those are the few of the players that I like. I'm kind of going a little bit more pitcher heavy because I feel like the Angels do have a decent amount of bats I can rely on. And I feel like I'll be able to get a decent amount of bats just like overall, like on the free agent market and through trades for young guys and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get the draft started, and I will have the second pick. Let's see who goes #1 overall right here. The Nationals are gonna take Jonas Lantigua. So now I can pretty much take whoever I want. I really like Freddie Marcus, dude. A lefty starting pitcher. I just something about him gets me excited, and I don't know what it is. I'm gonna go ahead and take him. I'm gonna go ahead and have him be my first overall pick. Freddie Marcus, selected by the Angels. And then the #3 pick is going to be Bernie Quinones. Okay, so the big first baseman going to Seattle. Now let's go ahead and go to my next pick, and all of the guys I like are off the board, which is probably to be expected. Andres Fernandez is another pitcher that I do think looks pretty good. Another 18-year-old pitcher, 6'4". Man, Lawrence Cat also has a pretty good projection, but I already took a lefty. I kind of feel like I want to take a righty with Andres Fernandez. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go ahead and draft him as my second pick. Okay, on my third pick now, it doesn't look like the guy I liked is still available, which once again is to be expected. I should have done a better job in scouting some of these more unknown guys because, I mean, I don't really have a lot of information on these guys, and some of these could end up being like just really, really good hitters. Oh my God, I ran out of time. I ran out of time. No. Well, I mean, Jordan Hernandez doesn't look terrible, but man, I wasn't ready for that to happen. I totally forgot about the time limit, dude. All right, I'm going to take Mike Cantrell as my next pick. Not a guy that I scouted, but you know what? A lot of these guys at this point, I didn't really scout. All right, I ended up taking another pitcher in my next pick. This is another guy that looks pretty good. Rick Batista, 6'5" righty. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and draft him. And that concludes the draft. Now, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of you guys out there that watched that draft and you're going to be like, dude, what the hell are you doing? And to be honest, this is my first real attempt at a rebuild on my YouTube channel. So honestly, I might just not know any better. I might not know exactly what I should be looking for. I do want to shout out a couple guys. Scrawny Slugger, I watched his draft strategy video, And then I've watched a lot of Ant Ortiz's franchise rebuilds on his channel. Those two guys and their videos help me out a lot, at least to have like somewhat of an idea of how to approach things here. All right, but now we've made it to the trade deadline. Let's take a look and see how guys are doing. Mike Trout, 838 OPS, but I mean, hey, at least he's on the field. Zach Neto is looking like he's developing pretty well here. He's got 10 home runs at the deadline. Joe Adell, I mean, he's gone up in overall, but I mean, he's not doing much. A 167 average in 65 games. Jorge Soler has 22 home runs with an 847 OPS, and he's owed $14 million next year, so I might try to flip him. Reed Detmers, yeah, man, a 5.96 ERA. That's not great. So let's see. I mean, do I want Kikuchi for this rebuild? I don't really care to have him, but it's a lot of money that it's just, I don't really need that. I'm going to put Kikuchi up and just kind of see what I can get. You know what? I think I'll take this from the Dodgers. Dustin May and Alex Vesia. I get two guys back. I don't know if I would necessarily consider this a realistic trade, but I'll get two younger pitchers in return, and I shed a lot of salary, so I have Dustin May. Also, it looks like Tyler Anderson's been coming out of the bullpen. He only has 3 starts. Yeah, he's like a 5th starter, long reliever type of guy right now. Yeah, definitely don't need to be paying him $13 million for that role. Alec Burleson, 26-year-old right fielder, 72 overall with B potential. If there's one thing I know about franchise in the limited experience I have with it, Alec Burleson goes off every time. I did a video where I simulated 10 years into the future. Alec Burleson won 3 MVPs. I think that is a no-brainer for me right there. Once again, might not be the most realistic thing in the world, but oh well. Henley is only here for this season. He's on a 1-year deal, so let's see what I could get for him. Henley Jansen for Matthew Liberatore. It looks like we're going to trade with the Cardinals again. I'm going to go ahead and do that. Robert Stevenson, how is he doing? Ooh, 2.07 ERA. 1.16 whip. Do I try to get something back for him right now, or do I let him rock? I'm gonna let him rock for now. I know $11 million is a decent amount for a reliever, but I'm gonna let him go. Dude, Luis Rengifo is having a killer year, man. 908 OPS, 14 homers. He's a guy I wouldn't mind keeping around. I would have to offer him a contract in free agency though, and I don't know if he'll be worth the money. Jorge Soler, he's a guy that I am going to try to get rid of. He's having a fairly good year, but once again, I don't want to be paying him $14 million. I'd rather have a lot of money opened up, because we still have to keep in mind the Anthony Rendon contract. We're still on the hook for that next year as well. So, which is why I'm literally just trying to trade and get anything I can right now. I think I'm going to do this trade. I'm going to get Tyler Soderstrom from the Oakland A's, and I'm going to go ahead and give them Jorge Soler. Dude, I've got such a good amount of budget opened up now. Kevin Newman is not a guy that I'm going to be bringing back, so I'm going to see what's out there for him. Theo Gillen for Kevin Newman. All right, I think that's probably going to be it for me at the deadline. I shed a whole lot of salary. I got a return for some guys that I just don't really have a use for in the next year or two. And now I want to see my draft picks. Here we go. Moment of truth. Not horrible. Jordan Hernandez, though, 91 potential. Alex Stedman, 87 potential. I've seen worse, but I've definitely seen a lot better. So once again, my first time really trying this. All right, season is over. We finished 70 and 92, 5 games behind the Astros. The Mariners won the division. Mike Trout finished the year with 130 games, 27 homers, 28 doubles, 837 OPS. So once again, that's about where he's been at. Zach Neto, 29 doubles, 16 homers, 755 OPS. Logan O'Hoppe, 22 doubles, 17 homers, 34 walks, 666 OPS. I'd like to see the numbers be a little bit better for O'Hoppe. Luis Rengifo slowed down a little bit. His OPS dropped like 70 points from the deadline. How did Joe Adell do this year? Yeah, 629 OPS. He only played in 86 games. But let's go ahead and get to the offseason now. Let's go ahead and see who wins the World Series. The Dodgers beat the Yankees. Exciting. Oh, I should probably check and see who won MVP and all of that stuff. Mookie Betts, World Series MVP. Aaron Judge, AL MVP. Marcell Ozuna, NL MVP. Where the hell is Shohei? Cy Young, Tyler Glasnow, Cy Young in the AL, Bailey Ober, Roki, Rookie of the Year, and Joey Cantillo, Rookie of the Year. Okay, hold on. Wait, what happened to Shohei, though? He had a good year. He had 34 homers. I guess he just wasn't in MVP talks. But now we have entered the offseason, and let me tell you guys, there is one player that I think would be a lot of fun to have on this team, and that is Vlad Jr. Now, I wouldn't go out and say this is the smartest thing I could do is go and offer this guy a big contract. But wouldn't it be awesome to have Vlad Jr. on the Angels and continue the legacy of Vlad Sr.? Wouldn't that be a lot of fun? It's not necessarily the move that I would have them go after in real life, but you know what? For the sake of this video, I'm gonna try to get Vlad Jr. in this offseason. I don't know if I'll be able to actually do it, and if he ends up choosing somewhere else, oh well. But I only have one more year with Anthony Rendon's contract on the books. Once he's gone, that opens up even more money. If I could get Vlad Jr. at first base for the Angels for the future, and a lot of those draft picks, especially those young pitchers, start to develop, I feel pretty good about this team going into the rest of the rebuild. Brewers ended up picking up Zach Gallen, and Luis Rengifo has declined the qualifying offer, and Kyle Tucker ends up going to the Mariners. That's not good for my division. Framber Valdez goes to the Orioles. Ryan Helsley goes to the Cubs on a one-year deal. I have offered Jorge Polanco a 2-year contract. I lost Luis Rengifo, and I don't want to give Luis Rengifo the money he's looking for. Michael King goes to the Astros. Bro, my division keeps getting better. Oh, great. And then the Rangers get Dylan Cease. Jorge Polanco. Hey, Jorge Polanco signs with the Angels. I need to get to 50% motivation to sign Vlad Jr. I'm only at 38%, and we're on week 7. But I also only have $65 million to spend, so I don't think I'll be able to get him, but it would be awesome if I could. 47% now on the next week. Okay, I have officially made it to over 50% motivation to sign Vlad Jr. I can finally offer him a contract. 5 years, $23.5 million a year. I'll bump that up. I'll give him 5 years, 25 for now. God, I think it'd be so sick if I could pull off this Vlad Jr. signing. I just made the first competitive offer to this top 25 free agent. I got a 5% motivation boost. I'm also gonna remove Gregory Soto from my big board. No way. No way. No way. Did I get him? Chat, did I get him? Vlad Jr. is an Angel, following in the footsteps of his father. 5 years, $125 million. Kind of funny to think about when we're talking about realism and the numbers being thrown around at Vlad in real life. Quite frankly, I didn't actually expect him to accept that offer, but we got Vlad Jr. Now, from here, I'm just looking at guys who I can get on like a bargain, guys that I could possibly flip at the deadline. I got Lorenzen, Melendez, Hunter Harvey. I can actually offer Lorenzen a contract right now, and I think I will. I'll just offer him this. And Michael Lorenzen, he decides to sign with the Angels. Welcome back. Hunter Harvey contract decision. Ooh, he went to the Braves. MJ Melendez, can we grab him? Yes, we can. He'll be a nice guy that we can, you know, move around on the field a little bit. Any other decent pitchers we can grab on like a one-year deal here that could be, you know, possible deadline moves, like Tony Gonsolin? I mean, it's not going to be very expensive. We could try that. Max motivation. All right, yeah, Tony, here. You want a deal? We'll offer you 2.6 for a year. Once again, all just hopeful deadline mover guys. Not really guys that are going to be, you know, staples of the team. I think that's probably where I'm going to stop at free agency. I also don't think I'm going to be making any trades here in the offseason. I think I'll probably just go ahead and get to year number 2. Now, check this out. We have our new list of top prospects going into year number 2. Jordan Hernandez is not only our number 1 prospect, he's the number 1 prospect in baseball. This is the guy that was auto-picked. We've got Alex Stedman, Freddie Marcus, Andres Fernandez. Caden Dana is now down to 6. Now that I'm looking at it, where is Christian Moore? Why is he no longer on here? I mean, he's still down here. He's in AA. I really need him to be good. I can't really afford him to not be good. You know what I mean? Before we get into the simulation of year 2, I do just want to see Vlad Jr.'s first at-bat as an Angel here in 2026. Come on, Vlad. Show me something right away. 2-2 count on him. Oh, that was a good breaking pitch. Add Vlad Jr. to the list of bad contracts. And it's an opening day loss for the Angels. What a start to year 2. All right, so we're here on draft day for the second year. And I gotta be honest, I'm not in love with a lot of the guys that I ended up scouting. I think there are some good players here for sure, but I'm not like really crazy about anyone. Akinori Ozuna to me looks like he's gonna be pretty good. 6'2" pitcher from Japan. Joaquim Lantigua, he might be pretty decent as well, another lefty. I'm finding a lot of pitchers that I like, but I've been struggling to find a lot of position players. Like, I should have scouted this guy more. Garrett Baez. I got to be more proactive with that. I said I was going to do better, but I just straight up didn't. So for this one, I'm just going to go to the draft, and I'm going to see who's available when I'm up. We have the 8th pick in year 2. First overall pick goes to Claude Parker. Second pick in the draft for the Rays, Reggie Henderson. I did scout this guy. He did look okay. And third overall for the A's is Jamie McNeil. All right, so my pick is up. I think I'm going to go with Akinori Ozuna. I know I took a lot of starters in the last draft, but I think he's the guy that I want here for my first overall pick. And for my second pick, I think I'm going to take another pitcher, Ken Famiglietti. Looks to be another good right-handed pitcher, but once again, I do need to do a better job at scouting actual position players. I think I will take this guy for my pick in round 2C though, Tom Napek, 18-year-old shortstop. I'll go ahead and grab him. Fourth pick, I'm going to go with another pitcher, Timothy Prater. Also, a lot of the guys I'm drafting are 18 years old. I'm like looking for generational talents. I could also draft some guys that could help me a little quicker, guys that are maybe coming out of college, like William Ziegler. I think I'll go ahead and grab him. All right, well, that's the draft. Let's go ahead and get to the deadline now. All right, we're at the deadline, and honestly, looking at the standings, we're one game under 500. We're only 3.5 out of the division. Vlad Jr. is absolutely killing it. I mean, 26 homers, 890 OPS. He's going to be awesome for us for the next few years. Zach Neto looks like he's having a good year with 14 homers with only a 668 OPS though. Taylor Ward, this is the final year of his deal, and he's got an 834 OPS. So Taylor Ward, he's playing pretty well. I could probably turn him into another major league bat that I could get through the trade market. Tony Gonsolin looks like he's doing fairly well. Yes. Jorge Polanco also looks like he was a decent little signing for us. 15 homers. Alec Burleson, looking great. I told you guys, man, Alec Burleson's going to be awesome. Now let's go ahead and see what we can do. I'm going to put Tony Gonsolin up, see what I could possibly get. Once again, now that we're in year 2, going into year 3 coming up, I am going to get to the point where I'm ready to start like winning a little bit. You know what I mean? I think I'm going to make this trade with the Padres. Tony Gonsolin for Jeremiah Estrada. Once again, I got Gonsolin on a 1-year deal, and Estrada is arbitration eligible for the next 3 years after this one. So that'll be a great bullpen piece for us. I have a lot of first basemen in the organization right now as well, and Vlad Jr. is the guy for the next 5 years. So I could shed 1 or 2 of these guys. Maybe let's try Ryan Noda and Taylor Ward. Let's put both of these guys in a package and see what I could possibly get. Oh yeah, man, the trade logic might be cooked, man. Juan Soto and Jose Siri for Taylor Ward and Ryan Noda. What are we doing? I'm not doing that, but that that one's crazy. I'm not gonna lie. All right, I think I found the move for these two guys. Taylor Ward and Ryan Noda for Daniel Espino and Brendan Donovan. I'd get rid of Taylor Ward, who I'm gonna have to offer a contract to in free agency if I decide to keep him. I get a left fielder that's 3 years younger with B potential, and I get a 25-year-old starter with B potential. 73 overall. I'm gonna go ahead and take that trade. I also gotta see if I can get Michael Lorenzen out of here, because I had signed him basically for a deadline move. And with Ohapi, I'm going to go ahead and throw Travis d'Arnaud in this as well. Let's see what I can get. All right, I'll take this trade. Edwin Uceta and Henry Ortega. I get a starter and a reliever for Michael Lorenzen, a guy that I signed on a 1-year deal, and Travis d'Arnaud a guy that is also on the last year of his contract and is just like a platoon catcher for me. So I'll get a reliever and a young starter. Sounds good. So now let's finish up the trade deadline and let's take a look and see what our draft class is looking like. I don't really have a great feeling about it, but we'll see. Yeah, no, actually not that great. Ozuna, not too bad. Famiglietti, again, not too bad. Pretty similar to the last draft class, except the last draft class, I think the ceiling was a little bit higher. Now let's go ahead and get to the end of the season. And now we can really start thinking about how we want to improve this team going into season 3. And honestly, take a look at the record. The Angels are kind of making a little run right now. What are they going to finish the season at? The Angels made the playoffs. 1 game behind the Mariners for the division, so we are a wild card team. We were the second wild card, and we'll be playing the Orioles in the first round. Taking a look at the awards here, Jordan AL MVP, and we have Pete Alonso as NL MVP. Cy Young in the NL, Spencer Strider, with Grayson winning it in the AL. Rookie of the Year, Bernie Quinones, that first baseman from the last draft. And then Jordan Lawler from the Diamondbacks. Okay. Hey, man, let's see how the Angels do. I'm not going to get into this postseason because I expect to make it in the next one. We win game 1. Dude, the Angels are on to the ALDS. Hold on a second. We just beat the Orioles in 2 games. Hold on. Hold on. Bro, what is going on? Oh, okay, hold on. Game 5. Oh, we get reverse swept by the Twins. Damn. Still, though, the Angels made the postseason in a year where I wasn't really anticipating that. I'm telling you, man, things are looking up for this rebuild. Let's see who wins the World Series. The Dodgers have three-peated. So much fun. Oh, man, you know how much joy it brings me to see Anthony Rendon on this list? You know how much joy it's going to bring me to not offer him a qualifying offer? I'm giving the qualifying offer to, I think, everybody else here. Yeah, definitely giving it to Vesia, and I'll give it to Stevenson. Why not? He's been decent in this rebuild. But Anthony Rendon can kick rocks. So now let's see. Who are the top free agents going into this next season? Skubal. Wow. Skubal would be sick, but I don't know if I want to do that. I'd rather get a few guys. I don't think I need to sign one big contract. I think I should go for a couple, maybe more mid-tier guys and really just kind of fill out this team in multiple areas rather than make one big splash, you know? I do definitely want to grab somebody for the rotation. Third base over here is a little weak, but it's a lot of young players. Now that Anthony Rendon is gone, not like he was making the third base situation any better, but I would like to maybe go ahead and grab somebody that could play at third. I am a little discouraged by Christian Moore's development so far. He seems to be developing slower than I want. So I think I might go for an infielder or two, a guy that can play the outfield, especially with Joe Adell and Brendan Donovan both being on contract years. Yeah, okay. A couple things I know that I need to look for. But I also got to be honest, this free agent class doesn't blow me away with some of these options here. Like maybe I grab a guy like Brandon Lau. I mean, he's coming off a season with 29 homers, 723 OPS, 300 on base, and he's only asking for 2 years, 13.7, whereas a guy like Jonathan India is asking for a 5-year deal. I think I'm going to put Brandon Lau on my board for now. Bryce Wilson, not a bad option here, coming off an ERA of 3.52 in 174 innings. Okay, I don't mind him. I'll put him on the big board for now. David Bednar would also be an interesting reliever to pick up, 32 years old. Didn't have a bad 2026. Could always use more relief pitcher depth. So I'll go ahead and start with that for my first week of spring training, and then, you know, we'll go from there. Oh, and of course, the Rangers are busy again. They get Alex Bregman from the Red Sox for Jake Berger and Eovaldi. The Braves signed Skubal to a $325 million deal. The Yankees re-signed Jazz. All right, we're in week 4. I'm going to try to sign a couple of these guys. I'm going to give Brandon Lau a contract offer. Let's try Bryce Wilson as well. Once again, just like 2-year deals. I'm gonna bring this down to 13 mil, pretty much on the dot. And then David Bednar, I'm fine with a 1-year deal for him. I don't really need to put him on a 2-year deal, so I'll just give him 6.7 and see if any of these guys accept those deals. Ooh, we got a contract decision incoming. I believe if I I'm guessing correctly, it is Brandon Lau. Show me Brandon Lau. What do we got here? Oh! Hey, they gave him more than I was willing to. Can't be mad. Oh my God, the Braves also signed Crochet. They signed Crochet and Scooble. Dude, what is this rotation? David Bednar, is he gonna come to the Angels? Yes, he is. We got a new bullpen piece. Very nice. Now, Bryce Wilson, is he gonna come to the Angels? Yes, he is. Okay. You know what? I'm going to put Jose Alvarado on my big board just to try to get some movement on my board. And I'll put Jason Adam on there as well. I mean, he's 35, but if I could get him on a one-year deal, like, that would be fine with me. Now or never. Jose Alvarado, offer contract. I am not going to overpay for him. That's for sure. I'll just give him this. I'll literally give him the default thing. Let's see what he decides to do. Jose Alvarado goes to the Braves. They sign another lefty pitcher. Wow. How about Jason Adam on a one-year deal here? Let's see if I can pick him up. Jason Adam. Hey, we got another reliever. Okay. So these are the moves I've made so far. It's all pitching. I got a couple relievers. I got a new starter. I brought back Vesia. I brought back Stevenson. All right. Now that arbitration is out of the way, though, I'm looking at Xavier Edwards because everybody tells me this guy is a demon in franchise mode for some reason. Kind of like an Alec Burleson for me. I mean, he had an 804 OPS last year, 42 doubles. I'm going to put him on there, and I'm going to see, like, what it would take. Ooh, could I trade my first pick from the last draft? I don't know. Caden Dana. Or Andres Fernandez. They really, they want one of my big-time pitchers. But the nice thing is now I have a lot of them. Caden Dana has not been great. Should I do Xavier Edwards for Caden Dana? They get a young pitcher. I get Xavier Edwards, who, you know, they're shedding some salary. And I mean, I don't think they're in compete now mode. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Caden Dana, I'm sorry to see you go, but I have such an influx of young, good pitchers now. I'm okay with parting ways. So these three guys I'm willing to give up right now to try to maybe get an outfield bat that I have a couple years of control over. Not a guy like Rafaello, who's on an 8-year contract right now, or where was he? The Twins. The Twins have Lawrence Butler. I would love to have Lawrence Butler on my team, but once again, he's on an 8-year contract. Granted, it's only $8.5 million a year. It's not that crazy, but I don't know if I want to be on the hook for that. I could trade with the Marlins again for Jesus Sanchez. 750 OPS would be pretty solid. 16 homers last year in 135 games. He'd be arbitration eligible for 2028. This year he's making 6.3. So I'd have him for 2 years, and I could take out Reed Detmers. So I might make another another trade with the Marlins here, because this is Joe Adell's last year of his contract. I don't think I'm gonna re-sign him. I mean, he did have a 745 OPS. So I'm basically trading two guys for just one more year of control for a different outfielder, a guy who's a little bit older, but should provide a little bit more production for me offensively than Joe Adell was. Screw it. Yeah, I'll go ahead and make this trade. Why not? But I mean, now I feel like I should just trade Joe Adell. Kind of would be looking for maybe another starting pitcher that would be decent. Ooh, I could get Colson Montgomery for Joe Adell. 25 years old, B potential, has a little bit of major league experience. I'd have a lot of control over him. I'll do it. Yeah, I'll get another young guy, and it's just more ways I can move this team around. As far as my last offseason move, I'm actually going to offer Walker Buehler a 1-year contract and just see if he wants to come here. Contract decision. He probably will sign here, considering he made it to this far in free agency. We did get Walker Buehler. And now going into year 3, this is an updated look at the prospects. Ozuna is now number 2 in our organization. He has an MLB ETA for next year, along with Famiglietti and Theo Gillen, who we got in a trade in the first trade deadline. And now here's basically the vision for season 3. This is when I want to really start competing. So we have Brendan Donovan, who is now in a contract year. He's making 13.3 mil this year. I don't know if we're going to bring him back, but we picked up Jesus Sanchez, who we have control over for this year and arbitration next year. It's also a contract year for Jorge Polanco, but since now I have Xavier Edwards and Zach Neto, I'll be able to put Xavier at second base, keep Neto at shortstop. Hayden Wallace is over here at third right now, but I also have Theo Gillen and Colson Montgomery in the system now. Don't forget, I still have Christian Moore. He's up to a 67 overall. This has him projected to be a 71, but at this point, we'll see. And don't forget, I still have this guy, this shortstop, Tom Napek, 18 years old, 74 overall. And I have all these young pitchers, so I think I'm still set up pretty well, but the team's not perfect yet. So we'll see what happens in year 3. All right, 2027 draft. Now, this time around, I did try to find more position players, but at the same time, I'm at the point in this rebuild now where I'm not really worried too much about the draft. I'm more interested in finding guys that can help me now, and obviously I'm not going to find too many of those in the draft unless I get crazy lucky. So for me, if this draft doesn't turn out, you know, as well as I would have wanted it to, I'm not really that upset about that. Plus, I am at like, I think the 22nd pick or something, because remember, I made the playoffs last year, so I'm not going to have like a top lottery pick. I'm not going to have, you know, the #1 option. So we'll see what happens. First overall is Salvatore Salazar. Second overall pick here is going to be Arlo Cannon. And coming in at number 3, we've got Miguel Vina. All right, let's see who I want. I did scout some more position players, like I said, but this is going to be Cougs Try Not to Draft a Pitcher Challenge. I'm going to go with Paul Osborne, 21-year-old, 6'5", 242 pounds, starting pitcher. He's #1 on my board. He's not even rated across the MLB draft ranks. So sure, I'll go ahead and take him. What do you know? I take another pitcher in the draft. This is another guy I kind of like, Robert Ewing, 18 years old, out of high school. He's an outfielder. I'm going to go ahead and take him. Once again, if some of these guys don't pan out, it is what it is. I'm going to go ahead and draft Robbie Tremaine right here. He'll be another starting pitcher pick. And there should be, what, one more round? And I'll go ahead and finish the draft with Miguel Chavis. All right, I don't feel great about that draft, but it is what it is. We're only one game out of the division right now at the break, but this is a very competitive division. I mean, the A's are in last place, and they're only 5.5 out. So anything can happen, really, in the second half of this season. Quick little check. Vlad Jr. has now surpassed Trout as the highest overall on the team. And Vlad has a 951 OPS with 26 bombs. Just killing it right now. How is Trout doing, actually? 898 OPS, and he finished with 903 last year. I mean, he's still there. He's no slouch in the lineup, that's for sure. How is Xavier Edwards doing? Oh, yeah, 854 OPS. I mean, 20 doubles, 330 average. Yeah, this guy is a stud. Jorge Polanco's numbers are kind of down, which sucks because I do want him as a deadline piece, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and get to the deadline now. All right, now we're at the deadline. What do I want to try to do here? I'm putting Robert Stevenson up. Let's see what people will offer for me. I'm going to actually add more to this trade. I'm going to add, Jorge Polanco as well. I do also have quite a bit of shortstops now with Zach Neto, Xavier Edwards, Colson Montgomery, Kyron Paris. This is a guy that I kind of just forgot about. I could throw him on here. Let's see what that'll give me. Stevenson and Kyron Paris. Stevenson and Paris to the Brewers for Jefferson Guerrero. He is a 24-year-old catcher, 71 overall with B potential. Yeah, I think I'll go ahead and take that trade. This is also when I do want to get rid of Jorge Polanco if possible. Let me see what people might want for him. I'll do this. Edwin Arroyo, 23-year-old shortstop, B potential, 71 overall. I'll go ahead and offer that. And that's where I'm going to stop at the deadline. I don't want to do too much because my team is in a spot to compete for a playoff spot, which is what I want to do. And now we get to the second half of the season. Let's see how my draft ended up. And yeah, I didn't even sign a few of my guys. They kept declining, man. Whatever, man. We don't need them. Let's just hope the second half of the season goes well and we can get in the playoffs. I'm seeing a little bit more losses than I'd like to see. So we're 74-65 after August. 5 games out of first. We are in the final wild card spot, though. Bro, I'm gonna be devastated if this team doesn't make it to the postseason. That would be embarrassing. I'm seeing some losses to Seattle there. Okay, 83-79, we did make it. It seems like just barely, though. Yeah, we got in as the 6th seed. Damn, the Astros won the division by 12 games. I didn't even think the Astros were that good. We barely beat out the Royals for that final wild card spot, man. I'm just happy we got in. Go ahead and look at all the awards. Yordan Alvarez wins his second straight AL MVP. Pete Alonso wins MVP in the NL again, this time with a new team, the Giants. Cy Young is Blake Snell. Dude, 3 Dodgers finished in the top 3 for Cy Young. And in the NL, Nestor Cortez. Bro, I had a chance to sign him and I didn't. Rookie of the Year, Reggie Henderson. Oh my God, okay. This guy turned into a generational talent. 18 years old, 82 overall. I remember seeing him on the draft board. He looked good, but I didn't think he looked unreal. Wow, okay, how about the NL? Columbus Altman. I do remember seeing this guy, but I wasn't really blown away by him. So, hey, he had a good year, so good for the Cardinals. Let's check out how the Angels are looking. Vlad Jr., his second year with the Angels, finished with a 917 OPS, another 40 home run season, 36 doubles. Dude's just killing it, man. He's turning out to be a phenomenal signing. How did Mike Trout do? He is down to a 90 overall. Doesn't look too good. I mean, he's got 28 homers, 24 doubles. Back down to a mid-800s OPS. So, yeah, no, not bad. Not bad. He's 35 years old at this point. These are still great numbers for a 35-year-old player. And he's staying on the field. 133 games in 2027. You love to see it. Zach Neto's up to an 88. Logan O'Hoppy's up to an 86. 27 homers, 26 doubles, 806 OPS. That will do behind the dish, man. Brendan Donovan looks like he finished the season in a nice spot. 17 homers, 32 doubles. Yes. Xavier Edwards kind of cooled down a little bit. Still had 32 doubles, 778 OPS, almost a 300 average. Bryce Wilson turned out to be a pretty good signing, man. 33 games out of him, 173 innings, 3.63 ERA. I knew he would be solid. I didn't expect him to be an ace or a Cy Young candidate or anything like that, but hey, he was solid. But now it is time to get the wild card series started. But here we go, man. Game 1, Fernandez versus McClanahan. We take the W. Let's go. And now it's Detmers versus Woodruff. Oh, we're going to game 3. Jose Soriano versus Tanner Houck. The Angels take the series. We now have a rematch against the Minnesota Twins. They reverse swept us last year. Can't have that happen again. We win game 1. We've been here before. Come on. Come on. We win game 2. This is a very familiar spot. Do not let it happen 2 years in a row. A 3-0 sweep of the Twins. The Angels are going to the ALCS to take on the division rival Houston Astros. Before we get into this series, I do just want to see how everybody's doing in the postseason so far. Mike Trout, he has a homer. He's got a few RBIs, but the numbers are kind of low. Brendan Donovan, he's got a 208 average, 720 OPS. Logan O'Hoppy looking good, a home run, 4 ribbies, 7 hits so far in the postseason. Jesus Sanchez looking like a good pickup so far, 6 hits and 17 ABs. Christian Moore, 7 hits in the playoffs so far, man. Almost 1,000 OPS. As far as the pitching staff, Andres Fernandez is a 1.8 ERA. Bryce Wilson looked good. Reed Detmers has started 2 games so far. Yeah, Reed, come on, buddy. I don't know if we can trust him with the ball in the ALCS. Right now, he's scheduled to start game 3. If we lose the first 2, I don't know if I can trust him for game 3 here. All right, here we go. Game 1. Damn, we got absolutely killed. All good. All good. 1 game ain't nothing. We'd come back and we take game 2 just like that. All right, Reed Detmers. I need you here, buddy. Got an 11.37 ERA in the postseason. It's time to step up. We got it done. 6-5 victory. How did we do it? I want to see what happened here. We had a 3-0 lead. Then they scored 4. We scored 3. They got 1 in the 9th, but we still managed to hold it down. And now we go to game 4. We're tied up. Okay, we're tied up. Come on, man. Game 5. This is so pivotal. Okay, we got to win 2 in a row in Houston. Oh, dude, I don't even want to look. Oh, I'm so terrified. Come on. Andres Fernandez. He's been good so far. Game 7 of the ALCS. And Reed Detmers is scheduled to take the mound. Do I give him the ball? Let me see who else has energy here. I mean, this is game 7. This is do or die, man. Go Reed Detmers or Jose Soriano. Detmers definitely pitched better against the Astros. You know what? I'm going to trust our guy. Reed Detmers. He's going to get it done for us. It really all comes down to this, bro. Win this game and go to the World Series for the first time since 2002. Let's go, man. All right, clean first inning for Detmers. We got a single for Burleson. Now we're going to the bottom of the inning. Leadoff walk. Oh, no. 2 guys on. Double play. That's huge. Come on. Oh, my God. 2 guys on again. Detmers is going to give me a heart attack. Leadoff hit for Zach Neto. Christian Moore double. 2 guys on for Xavier Edwards. Sack fly. We got a 1-0 lead in Game 7. Brendan Donovan strikes out. I got to see what Vlad Jr. does here. Get down. Get down. Oh, it stayed up. Oh, that's the end of the inning. All good. We got 1. All right, come on. Better inning, Detmers. Jordan is up, the MVP. Got him to fly out. All right, I need to make a pitching change. This is Game 7. Everything is on the line here. We got to go to somebody else. I'm going to go to Walker Buehler. Buehler got out of the inning. Not the way we want to come back here. 2-out hit. All right, here we go. 5th, bottom of the order. Logan O'Hoppe single. Neto out. Christian Moore out. Xavier Edwards out. Oh, my God, boys. Come on. Brendan Donovan solo home run. We got a tie game. Vlad single. Come on, Trouty. You've waited your whole entire career for a moment like this in the playoffs. 2 strikes. Blue, that's a terrible call. Oh, my God. Why is Trout wearing 28? When did that happen? Alec Burleson, man. He missed that. Come on, Jesus Sanchez. Show me why you were worth it. Show me why that trade was a good one. 2-2. Come on. What are we doing, man? What are we swinging at? That was depressing to watch. Okay, leadoff hit for Paredes. Strikeout. I'm going to get a pitching change going here. I'm going to go with Jason Adam. Strikeout. Hit by pitch. What? All right, cool. Dude, 7th inning. We got a tie game. Josh Hader's coming in. He's already messed up 1 game in this series. 2-out hit for Christian Moore. And Xavier Edwards strikes out. Come on. 1, 2, 3 for Jason Adam. We're going to the 8th. They brought in Yenier Cano. Donovan fly out. Vlad fly out. Trout. Oh, man, those are the 3 guys we needed. Come on, Bednar. No. They caught him stealing. They pinch ran and caught him stealing. Walk. And then a pickoff. What the hell is going on the base paths? 9th inning, dude. This is what it's all about. Ryan Helsley. Leadoff hit for Burleson. Sanchez. Oh, my God. 2-out walk. Edwards. I got to jump in here. Donovan, please. I was thinking about trading you, but I didn't because I knew you would show up in this moment. Come on. Okay, hey, you know what? We got a 2-run lead. Alex Vesia, come on. Dude, Vesia, this would be so clutch. We literally brought him back on a qualifying offer in the offseason.
Got him looking, and he did not like the call.
Yeah, I think Lars is justified in that. Full count. Come on. No. This is a video game, but I feel like this is the only time I'm going to see the Angels in this position for a very long time. Excuse me if I'm getting a little bit worked up. Oh, it's another full count. Diaz on deck. Can't put him on. Oh. 95 by him. Yainer Diaz, he's 4 for 27 in the ALCS.
Well, if nothing else, I mean, this is a great spot for a hitter to be.
God, this umpire sucks. This ump is so bad. This ump is so bad. What is happening? We can't let Altuve get up. We can't let Jose Altuve get up, dude. Come on.
And it's celebration time. They are champions of
Oh, baby. The Angels are going to the World Series. Oh, my God. What a Game 7, dude. The American League champion Angels. Might be the only time I get to say that in my life. Hey, we got a little help from the umpire, man. I think he might have been an Angels fan. I'm not going to lie. Now we go to the World Series, and we're taking on the Braves. Oh, man, I was low-key really hoping it would be the Dodgers. Damn, the Dodgers got swept. Don't forget, the Braves have They have those two lefties. They have Scooble, Crochet, Spencer Strider. Oh my God, the three-headed monster in that rotation. This is like an unbelievable team. And they have Riley Green. They still have Acuna, who's a 99. Dude, this is going to be next to impossible to win this series. Oh my God. They have Alvarado. I forgot about him. I was going to sign him and he chose the Braves. Oh, I want to beat him now just for that. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it comes down to this. Mike Trout, Vlad Jr. in the World Series against Garrett Crochet, Spencer Strider, Ronald Acuna Jr., Tarek Skubal. I mean, I think this is going to be very heavily favored towards the Braves. Let's get to game one. Oh, okay. So we scored early off Skubal, scored in the fourth, and then put up 6 runs after the 6th inning and completely shut down that Braves lineup. Jose Soriano might be him. Okay, game 2. Took an L. Okay, that's fine. We took 1 in Atlanta, bro. We did our job. Game 3. Goes to Atlanta. Okay. Game 4, Bryce Wilson on the mound. Tied up the series. Here we go. This is where things get interesting. What do we have going for game 5? Jose Soriano again. So we have a rematch of game 1. Soriano versus Skubal. Oh, I have a feeling Skubal is going to come at this one mad. I think he's going to be pissed off that he lost game 1. But somehow the Angels are able to beat Skubal twice. What in the world is going on, dude? This is crazy. And of course, it comes down to Reed Detmers in game 6 on the road against Spencer Strider. We got to go into it, man. We have a chance to clinch. We got Reed Detmers. Fernandez could go for game 7. Bryce Wilson could also maybe go for... I mean, game 7, everyone's available. But this is going to Reed Detmers, man. He's going to try to get this done right now. Just looking really quick as well. Vlad Jr. did have a home run in, what is that, game 3. Trout is... how is he doing? He had a triple in game 5. I mean, he's got a hit in every World Series game. He got a home run in game 1, 4 ribbies. That might have been a grand slam. Oh, man. I'm so pumped for this. I'm not going to lie. Game 6 of the World Series, the Anaheim Angels versus the Atlanta Braves. Let's get this going, bro. Xavier Edwards, strikeout. Okay, 1, 2, 3 in the top. Leadoff walk. Hey, Detmers, need to be better than that. Come on now. Come on now. It's only 1. It's okay. Mike Trout walk. Fielder's choice. Single. Oh, God. That was 2 lefties as well. I'm not feeling confident with Detmers at all right now. It's 1st and 3rd. CJ Abrams. He got out of it. Come on. Come on, bats. Help him out. Detmers is facing a lineup full of demons. I mean, it's 2 guys on again. I don't know how many times we can keep playing around with this. Fielder's choice, 1st and 3rd. Ozzy Albies up. Ground out. No runs scored. 2nd and 3rd for Matt Olson. Dude, Reed Detmers is finding a way. But the offense has done nothing. There's a hit for Vlad. A walk for Trout. Alec Burleson, come on. Man, how is he missing that? That's in the zone. It's 98. Good pitch. Not done yet. Jesus Sanchez. Oh, man, that's bad. We're not going to get very many opportunities against Strider. We got to take advantage of them when we have them. Detmers going back out there. I probably should take him out. Okay, caught stealing. That's going to be it for Detmers. Whether we take the lead here or not. Christian Moore single. 2 guys on. Xavier Edwards. Strikeout. Donovan. Strikeout. All right, I'm gonna get a new arm in. We'll go with Hans Kraus right here. Strikeout. Acuna single. Riley strikeout. Okay, only 2 runs. We got Vlad up, single. Trout, single. It's gonna be the same situation that we had back in the 4th inning. Alec Burleson in the gap. That's gonna tie the ball game. Oh my God, this Angels team. Incredible. We're not done yet either, bro. We're not done yet. We got a guy on second, nobody out. We got the lead in our hands right now. Come on, it's right there. Take it. Get down. Get down. Sanchez. We're sending him right. Let's go. go, baby. Let's go. 3-2. Sanchez, Burleson, Trout, Vlad. And that's going to force Spencer Strider out of the game. Come on, Ohapi. We need more here. We're not done. Christian Moore hitting 390 right now. Come on, dude. I've been kind of worried about his development a lot throughout this simulation. But once I finally just ripped the Band-Aid off and put him on the Major League team, he hasn't disappointed me. Full count with Colson Montgomery on deck.
And ball 4 to a ball.
That's a big league at bat for my young second baseman. 2 strikes on Montgomery. Come on, he's got a battle. Good pitch. Good pitch. Good curveball. That's a bad strikeout for Xavier Edwards. That's a bad pitch to go for. Oh my God, I didn't realize the Braves have Joe Adell. Has he been there the whole time? Have I just not seen that? Joe Adell's going to hit right here. If he hits a home run. Oh, all right, 7th inning. Donovan gets on by an error. Vlad hits into a double play. Trout strikes out. Still up 1. Estrada coming into the game. 2 outs. Oh, no. Oh, no. A triple for Harris. Oh, God. 2 outs with Acuna at the plate. Dude, this Angels team just keeps finding a way. Evan Phillips in the game. Fly out Burleson. Sanchez out. Logan Ohapi on by an error. Okay. Bottom 8 now. David Bednar coming in. Riley out. Albies out. Olsen 2-out hit. Here we go. Montgomery. Single. Edwards. Strikeout. Donovan. Strikeout. Vlad, do you have anything? No. Here we go, man. David Bednar back out there for the 9th. Joe Adell leading off. That's 1. That's 1. Wow. Walsh is coming out. Who's coming in? Vesia? Probably Vesia. 7 saves in the postseason. The 2-0 count. I would like to see Vesia maybe not get in as many 3-2 counts as he did against the Astros in Game 7. What do you know? It's a full count on Sean Murphy. CJ Abrams is on deck. Hey, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. Double play coming up right now. We're good. CJ Abrams is not having a good postseason. He's only hitting like 130. Come on. Oh, no, 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 no. Michael Harris is 2 for 4. I think Acuna's on deck, dude. But now that brings up Ronald Acuna Jr. with a World Series championship on the line. Popped him up. Popped him up. Popped him up.
And that's it. They are World Series champions.
The Anaheim Angels have won the World Series. Oh my God, dude. We barely snuck in to the postseason. We got our revenge against the Minnesota Twins in the ALDS. We went to Game 7 with our division rival Houston Astros and won on the road in dramatic fashion, and then proceeded to go into Atlanta against the 3-headed monster rotation of Tarek Skubal, Garrett Crochet, Spencer Strider, and we come out with a victory in Game 6 to make Mike Trout a World Series champion. This was actually so fun. I learned a lot about franchise mode in this, man. I learned a lot about the scouting. I learned a lot about the offseason. Definitely had a lot of fun. And like I said, it was my first ever real attempt at doing this. And hey, man, I think I succeeded. Were there some weird trade proposals, and were there some maybe like unrealistic things like Vlad's contract and certain, you know, players moving around or whatever? Like, yeah, of course, it's MLB The Show. But at the end of the day, the Angels have won the World Series. I gotta see who's World Series MVP. It's not gonna be Mike Trout, but I would love if it is. It is Mike Trout. He wins World Series MVP. They definitely still go off batting average as opposed to like the full thing. But Mike Trout, World Series MVP in an Angels uniform, just looks so good.